Hello video. Okay, let's talk about the app that we are going to be using for video editing in this class. The name of it is called Adobe Rush, Premiere Rush, and Premiere Rush is like the little sister of Premiere Pro, what we would be using on a desktop in the classroom. So they are adding more and more features to make it more robust, just like its big brother, Premiere Pro. But right now it's pretty loose, but like seriously, it's like all you need to do to edit. And we are really actually going to be focusing on theory to make better videos and fancy dancy stuff, that you can get in with other editing programs isn't really necessary to make a really good video. All right, so I'm going to launch Premiere Rush. Okay, and the first time you log in, you're going to continue with Google, and then you're going to use your school account to log in. It might ask you the first time to put in your birth date. Also, some students have told me that they've had an error. You can continue with Adobe, and you could make yourself an account. Eventually, you guys are going to get premium access to all the Adobe suite, and then you can actually work from your desktop too if you have a desktop computer or a laptop or Chromebook or whatever. So that's really cool. But for this time, let's just enter with Google, your school Google account. Okay, now if you aren't prompted right away to start the 1-minute tour, I want you to if it does prompt you, then that's what you're going to do this very first time. If you don't see that tour, I'm going to go into the gear in the upper left hand corner, and I'm going to go to preferences, and then in the middle where it says tutorial, I want you to start tour again. And it's going to bring you through the very first thing, and it's going to ask you to do some things. So the first thing it's going to ask you to do is type in the project. So remember that we are going to put our first and last name. Okay, and we're going to do underscore and then the name of the project. So we could just call this Rush Practice. Ooh. And then today's date. Okay, and then I'm going to hit next. All right, the next thing it's going to do is it's going to ask you to select the media. So usually you would have to import the video clips, or maybe you're going to add music. Maybe it's still pictures. So first you would import it to your library, and then you would add it. So they actually have media here. So we're just going to select all the clips that are already available and then hit create. So it's preparing the media and it's putting it in the timeline for us at the bottom. It says, see how your media looks together, so I can hit the play tool. So I'm going to hit stop. This is showing me that I can split a clip, okay? So I can drag the timeline to the position of the playhead, and then I can split this. So maybe I want to do that right here in the middle of this boat, and then I can actually hit the scissors, and then that split the two, that one clip into two, and now I can click and I can drag it to where do I want that to start or end. Maybe I want it to start, like the beginning of the clip was, here, and then we meet these people, and then that's how we end it. Okay, it's also talking about how we can trim the clip so that the start and end point is different. So that's saying to press and hold one of the orange edges and then drag it in to actually shorten it. All right. Next, it says that you could actually further edit the actual footage. So I'm going to pick the color icon, and I can give the clip that's highlighted right now a different kind of filter. So cinematic, and you can see a preview of that up here in the upper left. Okay. Now I can also look at some transitions that I could put between the video clips. So I'm going to select that to add a transition, and there's not very many. There's cross dissolve, which kind of phase into each other. We can dip to black or we can dip to white, just like Lord of the Rings over and over again. So I'm just going to click and drag to apply it. And then we can hit play to actually see how that transition looks. And then you can see that soft dissolve between those two clips. And you can see a little bit of a gray bar between them, so you know that it's there. So it says to drag your timeline to position the playhead where you want text to appear in the video. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to hit the plus button in the upper left-hand corner. And I'm going to add a title. Okay, and so they have a bunch of, some of these are animated. So I'm just going to go with like, no, I want to do something more fancy. So I'm going to do maybe this modern title. Okay, so I selected it. And then it says you could drag the timeline until you see the text you want to change and then double tap it to edit it. Okay, and then I'm going to double tap it to edit it and rename it. Movie, my awesome movie. And then remember that you can click and drag it to make it longer. Maybe you wanted to make it like the full, clip length, or maybe you want to shorten it so it's only the length of the very first one. So that's kind of up to you. So then it says to, so we just did that. Okay, next. Okay, see how it all looks together.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Snorkel! Yay!
Oh, God, I love the Philippines.
Pretty awesome, right? Okay. And then it wants me to select the title clip to continue. And then I can hit to edit. I can also edit the font that was used here, the color of it, some more options. And I could also edit the shape, what color it was, that kind of stuff. All right, and that is the end of the tutorial, okay? So to prove to me that you did this with me, I'm going to have you guys go to the share button, and you may or may not see, it used to be there, I'm not seeing it right now, but it used to be that you had only 3 exports before you had to pay for it. I don't see that as a problem anymore, but you're supposed to be upgraded to premium anyways. So I'm going to hit export. Before you do that, you could see, automatic settings, and you can see what it's going to output as. Okay, and it says now that it's saved to my camera roll, and it's also giving you some options if you want to directly link your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Behance. And we're all done here.